guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today's video is going to be a decorate with me video. We're gonna be decorating for fall because it is almost September, and so it is time. Let me know in the comments down below if you are someone who cannot wait for fall and you're like dying to get into the fall spirit and decorate and drink your pumpkin spice latte as soon as August comes around, or if you're someone who is not ready for summer to end. I'm actually someone who loves summer. I'm always dreading the end of summer. Not that I don't love fall, but I really, really love summer. So I do love decorating for fall, and I think that's really fun, but I'm not necessarily ready for cooler weather. I love the heat. Speaking of the heat, I do have my flannel on to be seasonally appropriate for this video, but it is super hot and still feels like summer outside today here in Kansas City. So we're keeping it cool so that I don't die during this video. Now, this isn't gonna be just any old decorate with me video. What I'm gonna be doing is sharing with you some of my tips on how to decorate if you live in a small space, or maybe you don't have a ton of storage to store a lot of seasonal decor that you only use for a couple months out of the year. Girl, I feel you. I am in the same boat. So I'm gonna share some ideas on how you can still decorate for the season and make your home feel homey and seasonally appropriate without creating tons of mess and clutter in your small space. Excuse me, ma'am, you're in my shot. Excuse me.
Let's not waste time, oh, take this slow. You got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two.
Hello. I love you. Thank you. Look how pretty you are. You are love. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I love you. My first tip is to go for some minimal pieces that offer a maximal impact. What I mean by that is, instead of having a lot of little pieces all over your house, pick some key spots in your house that are high trafficked, that have high visibility, and concentrate your decor in those areas. And that way you don't need as much stuff to still give the illusion of a very decorated space. So pick a couple of those areas that are very visible in your home and put a couple of big pieces of decor there, instead of trying to tuck little things all over everywhere, because you don't have space to store that if you're in a small space. For me, that's my living room and my kitchen. Those are the two main spaces that you see when you walk into my home. And so I make sure to put a few big pieces in those spaces. That way we get the maximum bang for our decor buck.
Road sign, white lines, long driving.
My next tip is to go for decor that's easy to store. Think things that aren't breakable, things that can be folded or stacked and tucked away easily. Something like a dish towel in a seasonal print can be a great thing to go for, because it's easy to just tuck that away, fold it up somewhere, and it's out of the way. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space when you're not in that season.
A long drive into the night. Bold ease, quiet streets, salt sheets. Didn't realize what it meant then. Heartfelt, need help. All or nothing, nothing happened, and I fell in. Wide, I'll run and hide, seaside, and I never wanna go back. A long drive into the night. I'm fine, but I wish I never said that.
My next tip for you guys is to use disposable decor. So things like fresh flowers, you can even use your produce as decor. You think lemons in the summertime or in the fall, you can put your fresh apples out in a bowl on your countertop in the kitchen and it will kind of serve as some decor. Here in my living room, I used this fresh hay as kind of a piece of decor. Obviously flowers work in the fall, certainly pumpkins work. I just haven't gotten any yet this year. Not only is this great in a small space because you use it for one season and then you just throw it out and you don't have to store it anywhere, but it's also just adds some great freshness to your space, which feels so, so nice. You can also use candy, think candy corn in the fall, or I even have these jelly beans that are kind of Halloween colored. They're like orange, purple, black, and white, and I need to buy another pack because I thought one pack would fill this whole thing, but it didn't, so I need to buy another pack of them. But having something like this sitting around is very festive for Halloween time. But just find those day-to-day items like your fresh produce or like your candy. See if you can style them in a way where they actually look nice and serve as decor until you have a chance to use them. I just finished updating my letterboard, as you guys would have just seen, and that actually brings me to my next tip, and that is to use decor that can be repurposed or utilized for a larger portion of the season. So maybe instead of buying Halloween decor, just use fall decor from September all the way through the end of November. Instead of doing a lot of really Christmassy decor, maybe buy some pieces that work for Christmas, but also are more wintry, and you can actually leave them up through all of winter. That way you don't have to store them as long and your home feels decorated for a longer period of time without having to have quite so many items of decor in your home. Okay, let's talk candles. I know, especially this time of year in the fall, we are all dying to get some new fall scented candles, but here's my rule. I try to limit myself to one candle that gets me through spring and summer. I find that I don't burn candles as often in the spring or summer, so one candle will get me through. And then 2 candles for fall and 2 candles for the winter time. 1 for my kitchen and 1 for my living room. Okay, I know I have 3 fall candles. That set of 2 on my coffee table just went together too perfectly, so I had to have them both. I'm not perfect, but you get the idea. Instead of stocking up on a bunch of candles, try to just limit yourself to 1 or 2 that you can actually burn through completely. Kind of back to that tip on disposable decor. If you limit your candles, you actually can burn through them and get through them in maybe a season or 2, and that way you don't have to store all those candles every single year. My final tip for you guys for decorating a small space is to use music as kind of a form of decor. Music can be such a powerful way to create a mood in your space, and so use it to your advantage and kind of adjust what kind of music you have playing in your home depending on the season. During the fall, I love to play like indie folk, singer-songwriter kind of music. I just think it's so cozy and feels like fall. In the wintertime, other than Christmas music, I play a lot of big band music. It just feels very festive and warm, and I love some Michael Bublé or some Frank Sinatra in the wintertime. It just feels perfect. And then in the spring, I tend to gravitate towards a lot of classical music. I love Celtic women. I also love some classical piano music, especially on a rainy spring day. Oh, it just feels amazing. And then in the summertime, I listen to a lot of country music and a lot of like reggae and kind of beachy music because that feels very summery to me. And that can be such a great way to kind of set the mood and make your home feel like it's changing with the seasons, just like you do with your decor, but with your music. And that way you don't have to bring any extra items into your home to set that tone. And that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know in the comment section down below what you do in your home to kind of set the mood and make things feel like fall. I would love to hear all of your ideas and tips so that we can share them with each other as a community. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button down below, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon. That way you can get notified for every new video that I create. And we'll see you guys again in the next one. Bye.